Alright, so hey everybody and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD. In this episode, we're going to be taking on this weird looking insect. Either way, we've seen this enemy before and we fought it previously when we first started taking on the Forbidden Woods in the last episode, but the difference is this one has wings, so it's so much more badass. And I actually do want to take a photo of it. I don't think it matters which one you take a photo of. You could take a photo of the more common version of this enemy, but I don't know, I just like the way this one looks. And yeah, he does a lot of cool attacks. And you're supposed to avoid it there, but I didn't. I overall love the way this room looks. I mean, the second I entered it, I was actually kind of in shock because I'm not used to taking on this mini boss battle during the day as well. For some reason, I just happened to take on this room at night. But okay, so the easiest way to take on this guy is to use your Deku Leaf like this. Wait, okay. Like this. Okay, like this. Jeez. And then attack it and rinse, repeat. And that's pretty much all we're going to do until he's dead. I was just kind of trying to stall it for the fun of it, but we're not really going to go anywhere. If I do, let's just go ahead and kill him now. So, there we go. Yeah, it literally took a couple seconds of actually continuously attacking, and he won't even get an attack on you. As long as you chain the attacks like I did. But if you let him do what he wants, he will most likely hit you, as you just saw. Because, yeah, normally I don't have enemies like that hit me, but I thought I'd mess around with it. I was considering of taking a photo with it, but instead I'm going to do something else. I'm going to take a photo of the more common version of that enemy, which is the wingless version, and it should be the same equivalent as taking a photo of the mini-boss. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. We'll see. If anything, I'm doing this to try things out. So, yeah, because I do want to take photos of enemies that don't spawn too often within the game, and that's definitely a mini-boss, so it doesn't spawn too often. And by killing that mini-boss, we got the Boomerang. And I do love this room, actually, a lot, because it is completely opened up. Nothing is blocked off, unlike some rooms which only have a little bit shown, or a little bit, like, opened up for the sun, where you can see the light. But yeah, overall, I just really like the atmosphere of this room, and it reminds me of inside the Great Deku trees, like the Forest Haven part, but with sunlight in it. I don't know, this part of the temple doesn't remind me of it as much. It's a lot more darker, and it just seems different, mainly because we're inside, like, a different hollow tree than the one the Great Deku tree's in. That one just seems a lot nicer. I guess you could say because it's a temple and it's meant to be filled with enemies and dark things, right? You know? I don't know. Alright, let's just go ahead and quickly get rid of all of these. Or at least the ones that are blocking our way. Because, yes, if you hit one of those, you will most likely fall into the previous room. And I'd really like the layout for this temple because, yeah, pretty much what we're doing is we're backtracking all around and going up and down, and we're constantly revisiting the same rooms without having to actually backtrack. It's a lot different. I mentioned this before, I believe in a previous video, with how backtracking works. Like, there's two types of backtracking. There's the Metroid backtracking. I feel like that's the best way to reference it. That's what it is, though, right? It's just the Metroid backtracking, which is a type of backtracking that absolutely sucks. And well, I could just easily make it to this. And this is actually a little shortcut that will take us back to the beginning of the temple, because we're going to have to backtrack. But see, this is what makes the game a lot easier to do, backtracking. And plus, a lot of the backtracking isn't necessary. Like, as you saw, I was supposed to make my way back into that room to use the boomerang to have this thing fall down, and I didn't even have to, like, actually backtrack. The game took me back by progressing throughout the temple. So, yeah, just the whole idea and the way this whole temple is laid out and the way the whole game is laid out is really nice, and I just like it a lot, as I mentioned earlier. And I just realized, actually, these enemies are so well placed that I can take a nice photo of one without worrying. So let me go ahead and do that. Boom. And good. All right. It has a stamp of approval. That's pretty much what it is. His stamp of approval. I'm surprised we're not sinking. Oh, because they instantly let go of us. the second we touch the water, because they don't like the water, it seems. But yeah, they're like moving along. They don't want to touch the water at all. Okay, get off of me. Jeez, I don't know why I'm screwing this part up here. Normally, you should just be able to jump from one platform to another, but apparently not, because there's so many of these little guys. All right, there we go. We've done it. And actually, I want to go ahead and quickly do this. Anytime I see a pea hat, I'm just going to do that because they give me gold feathers, so yeah. But let me kill off these guys as well. There are some enemies that spawn from the ground here that can actually die. If you cut off its arm, it will just respawn, and weird green blood oozes out of it. It's pretty funny, but what I like from it is it actually absorbs your magic. If it grabs you, Link does this, and he gets upset, and then your magic is gone, and then they try to like pull you, as you can see, and I can't run. Help! What do I do? They're just absorbing my magic. No. Okay, let me try to get more magic from this. Oh, there we go. We got more. No, they're sucking it. I'm gonna die. Now I'm walking really slow too. Yeah, it's hilarious. I don't know why I'm doing that. I should stop though. That's pretty messed up. Link is in complete pain. All right, let's just go and continue on here. And actually, I just realized I need magic here. Do I need magic? Can't I make this jump without it? Okay, I can. I'm stupid. Never mind. But hey, it's not like I didn't have the magic to do so. In here, though, we got a yellow rupee. And I didn't mean to take out my chest, but I will need my boomerang. And I believe I mentioned this before as well. And that is, this game has a lot of puzzles where you have to use older items. Unlike in other Zelda games where you don't have to do that. And it's something I like, but it's something you do notice because you're going to end up always having to swap your items back and forth because 3 isn't enough, especially if one of them is the Picto Box. I think it would have been really smart for them to make one of the D-pads or some sort of shortcut item for... okay, that was really stupid. I should have used my boomerang to kill him. But some sort of shortcut item to use your camera. Oh, you know what? They could have done it like Majora's Mask 3D, which is really, really convenient of the first person use. Essentially, the first person is your camera. It like replaces it. So if I were to go in first person, it would have the camera effects on. Actually, no, that would ruin the game for me because I just remembered how I love staring at things in first person, and having the whole camera HUD on the screen would be really annoying to think about. So never mind. I kind of like had an argument with myself and just contradicting myself. This is really weird. It's like a not fleshed out thought, and then I think about it and say it out loud, and then I really think of the thought, and then I explain it. So I guess maybe that was my whole scenario there, which is weird. It's crazy how many times I've had conversations with myself from Let's Playing, and then I disagree on something I said earlier and agree with something else. Like I'm actually conversing with myself. I'm most likely crazy, but think of how many games I've played and think of how many times I've sat doing this. It's a lot of time. A lot of this adds up when you really think about it, and it's insane to think of what this really is, just sitting down and talking to yourself. It is weird. You could say, oh, but there's a lot of things like that. Yeah, there are, but there's a lot of things that aren't, right? That doesn't make any sense. I was just trying to sound deep, but I feel like I just messed it up now. Just made it sound stupid, if anything. Okay. Anywho, let's just go and continue on. So I noticed, yeah, throughout this whole temple, I haven't really been talking about what I'm doing and more so just doing it, but I feel like, you know what, I mean, yeah, this is all pretty self-explanatory. None of the stuff I've done so far has been, you know, really, oh, how do you solve this or that or this or that, like, yeah. Though it's weird because it's just like I feel like I have such a conflicting how do I say this? I don't know. I don't even know how to word what I was going to try to word. All I'm trying to say is I feel like I'm unsure with how I want to do it because the comments, you could say, are so conflicting. I have like a lot of comments that are like, oh, some people prefer this and some people prefer that. So it's kind of like hard to maintain what I want to do. Kind of just doing what I want to do, which is a mixture of it being back and forth, which I guess could please both, but what I'm essentially talking about is, and as we get the life sucked out of us, is usually, sometimes I never talk about the game. I wonder if you can escape this. No, I can't. I don't think you can. Okay, you know what? Let's just cut him off. Ugh. There we go. But as I was saying, sometimes I never remark about what I'm doing within the game and just constantly go on tangents, as I am doing now, and only like point out stupid things like Link's animation, like his little face when he's getting the energy sucked out of him, stuff like that. And you know, I don't really get into how to solve this or that, because I feel like as you see me do it, it's pretty obvious on how to do it. But as mentioned, I get comments saying that I should explain how to do it, because just overall easier to understand what's going on, and etc, especially if you're following it for a walkthrough, which makes sense. And then sometimes I just kind of want to not talk about what's going on with the game, so I usually go on tangents like this and talk about me talking about things I talk about in videos. Yeah, it's the weirdest type of conversation to have, but I'm having it. And my point here is, I feel like I kind of started YouTube doing mainly the walkthrough part with telling you guys what to do, which is what some people want, and then I kind of shifted and more so kind of having conversations like this, which is stuff I more so want to do. So now I feel like it's just a blend of both. And if anything, usually when I do kind of explain what I'm doing and stuff, it's more so habit than anything. Like, if it was on me, I would never really talk about the game. I'd just be talking about whatever I want to talk about while playing the game, having fun while doing it, because that's how I see a Let's Play. But at the same time, I know it's a walkthrough, so I can't help but also treat it like one. Because I know people might be watching it for a walkthrough. And I mean, I do want it to be a walkthrough as well, because I am 100%ing it. I know there are people out there who might need help or a guide or some sort. So it's kind of like I do both. But as you saw, we killed both of those guys, and now we may progress. We do have the boss key, so yeah. And I feel like maybe the main reason and why I tend to not focus too much on the walkthrough part, even though this is a walkthrough, is because I've played this game so many times that it doesn't even feel like that anymore. Especially I've walked through it more than once, so I think that adds on to the whole thing. But oh, I just realized I have no magic, and also if you have no magic, this is what happens with your deck relief. It's no longer a leaf. It's more so just like the stem and the thing that wait, are you kidding me? Please tell me I'm going to find magic, right? Come on. What is happening? Oh, okay, thank God. I don't even think I need that much magic. This should do the trick, but just in case not. Yeah. But yeah, there we go. The leaf is back because now it has magic. It is brought back to life. But if you don't have magic, the leaf is no longer there. It's kind of hilarious how that works. But all right, let's go ahead and quickly use a boomerang, slice these, enter, and continue on with the temple. And as you saw, the render distance just kind of went in and out. I just remembered something I want to do, and that is this. Oh, that would have been such a good photo. Oh, this is a really good photo too. Even though it's slightly out of focus, a little blurred, it should do the job. At least I think it is a little blurred. It looked like it was. And oh, look how sick that was. So yeah, you can do a lot of cool attacks like that if you want to. If you wait for the right time, if you're smart enough. But, you know, sometimes it might not happen. And I'm sorry. What am I saying? I swear the amount of times I've just went off on things without really knowing what I'm saying is ridiculous. I feel like I'm literally just on autopilot this whole session, which has been this whole temple. For those who don't know, usually a session for me is like a whole temple or getting to a temple or something like that. And by session, I mean like the amount of time I play in a sitting. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this quickly because there is one thing I have yet to pick up that I haven't actually picked up, and that I'll go ahead and quickly show on the map, which is, as you can see, okay, we got everything here. Check, 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 no check, and check. Okay, so the no check is a chest over here. And to pick this one up, it's actually pretty straightforward. It's to re-enter this room. I'm not sure if I pointed this out, but this was the room that had an extra like set of these that you can continue heading upwards and upwards within this room. Like essentially, we didn't have to enter this door from here. We could have jumped in this and continued heading higher. But I didn't want to do that because I was missing an item that wouldn't have allowed us to pick up the chest they are hiding. So now I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. And to do so, I don't know why I went here actually. You weren't supposed to do this. I'm assuming the game wants to trick you because you see these and then all of a sudden, boom, yeah, Chew Jelly pops out of it. Wait, why did A pop up on the screen for me? It looked like I could have parried a Chew Jelly, which would have been amazing, but I didn't do it, so whatever. Okay. Anywho, let's go ahead and make our way to this chest, and this is the final chest within the temple that we must pick up. And to do so, you just need to hit it like this. So pretty straightforward, and this is like the only bit of backtracking. As I mentioned earlier, there's like a different type of backtracking with Zelda than there is with Metroid, and every game has like its own style of it, but kind of shares with one or the other. And I feel like, you know, Zelda obviously has the better style of backtracking in some games, like the Wind Waker. The Wind Waker isn't like every other Zelda game. I mean, yeah. I mean, no matter what, there's always going to be backtracking in every Zelda game. Like some sort of ridiculous type of backtracking to where you're not going to have fun doing so. But at the same time, there isn't a lot of that. So I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. Either way, I enjoy all of it because I just like grinding. But I mean, I like the Metroid backtracking, but if it wasn't Metroid, maybe I'd hate it. I feel like I'm just being biased because I like those types of games. You know, like I mentioned, I'm a Nintendo fanboy. But anywho, let's end off the episode here. Thank you all so much for watching, and next time, we're going to make our way into the temple. Let's go.